नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयामुदीरये. नष्टप्रायेष भद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्ति भवति नैष्टिकी. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 1 and Text 19. Gam Paryatan Midhya Vivikta Vrutihi Sadha Plutaha Adaha Shayanaha Avadutaha Alakshitaha Svaihi Avaduta Veshaha Vratani Chere Haritoshanani Gam Paryatan Medya Vivikta Vrutihi Sadha Plutodaha Shayano Vadhutaha Alakshita Svairavaduta Vesho Vratani Chere Haritoshanani Gam Paryatan Medhya Vivikta Vrutihi Sadha Plutodaha Shayano Vadhutaha Alakshita Svairavaduta Vesho Vratani Chere Haritoshanani. Translation purport by His Divine Grace Vishwaguru Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Translation. While so traversing the earth, he simply performed duties to please the Supreme Lord Hari. His occupation was pure and independent. He was constantly sanctified by taking his bath in holy places, although he was in the dress of a mendicant and had no hair dressing nor a bed on which to lie. Thus he was always unseen by his various relatives. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. The first and foremost duty of a pilgrim is to satisfy the Supreme Lord Hari. While traveling as a pilgrim, one should not be worried about pleasing society. There is no need to depend on social formalities or occupation or dress. One should remain always absorbed in the function of pleasing the Lord. Thus, sanctified by thought and action, one is able to realize the Supreme Lord by the process of pilgrim's journey. The sense the Bhaktivedanta Purporto Madhyanatimirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Ena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Shri Mate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Nitinamine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Pashyata Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So today one group of devotees came from Hyderabad for pilgrimage. And it is not accidental that Vidura is teaching us about ideal pilgrimage in this shloka. Gam Paryatan Medhya Vivikta Vrittihi. So here it is mentioned that while traversing the earth on a pilgrimage, one has to be Haritoshanani. He has to simply perform his duties to please the Supreme Lord Hari. And then here Vidura is the most exalted devotee, an ideal pilgrim. He is a Bhagavatottama, and he is showing by his example how the pilgrimage has to be done. Of course, because he is in the Avaduta stage, a pure devotee, what he is doing is not to be imitated. We have to understand the principles and ensure that the pilgrimage helps us to progress in Krishna consciousness. So, here Vidura, he was Avaduta Vesha. He is dressed as a mendicant. And here purport, in the purport, Prabhupada is explaining what are the duties of a pilgrim. Generally, people nowadays, if you see, they don't think that while doing pilgrimage, there are certain duties, there are certain responsibilities. They don't understand. తెలుగు అందరికీ అర్థమవుతుందా? No, looks like some understand only English. So, I'll mix. So, pilgrimage అంటే తీర్థయాత్ర. మనం వెళ్ళే స్థలాలు తీర్థ స్థానాలు మాట. A pilgrimage is visiting pure places, the places where the Supreme Personality of Godhead in his deity form is present. మనం వెళ్ళే ప్లేస్లు తీర్థస్థానాలను ఎందుకంటాము అంటే అక్కడ అవన్నీ భగవత్ నివాసాలు మాట. సో while traveling as a pilgrim, one should not be worried about pleasing the society. మనం తీర్థయాత్రలు చేస్తున్నప్పుడు సమాజ తృప్తి కోసం మనం worry అవ్వాల్సిన అవసరం లేదు అని చెప్తున్నారు. What is that? We are not supposed to worry about pleasing the society, so I can do whatever I want. Just break all the windows and do whatever. Go on a rampage. ఏది పడితే అది చేయొచ్చా? Actually, many of the pilgrimages nowadays, they are like picnics. People, they go to pilgrimage places for picnic, for some social celebrations, and or some kind of a tourism, where they have no responsibilities. Tourism means there is no responsibility. You conduct a tour, you enjoy the place, the facilities, and then come back. Of course, the people who come to pilgrimage places for all these motives, still they have little inclination to see the Lord, see the temple, and participate in those, some of the pujas. That inclination is there. So that is why it is important that the devotees, they should understand the importance of pilgrimage and also educate the people. So here it is said that one should not be worried about pleasing the society. Let us say you go to Vrindavan Dham as soon as we reach the dham, either you get down from the car or an auto or whatever, immediately we should pay our respects to the dham. It doesn't matter how dusty it is or how, what is the situation. One has to pay his obeisances. One should not be thinking that no, I am I came with some 100 people and I am a temple president, or I am a HOD, or I am having a big position. How can I offer my respects on the road, on the road or somewhere on the corner? How can I do this? There is no such calculation for a devotee. He knows he is entering into a dham. Tirthasthala means adi Bhagavantudu nivasinche sthalam adi. So, we are not interested in pleasing the society. సమాజంలో ఏమనుకుంటారు, వాళ్ళందరూ మమ్మల్ని చూస్తున్నారు, రోడ్డు మీదే మనం ఏదో ప్రణామాలు చేయాలి, ఇదంతా ఎలా సాధ్యము అనేసి అనుకోకూడదు అన్నమాట. And then there is no need to depend on social formalities. So, when we are on the pilgrimage, these kind of formalities, that what will they think, what will happen to my position, all these things are not considered. One has to follow the Vaishnava principles. Radha Madan Mohan ki jai. One has to follow the principles as recommended in the scriptures, as recommended by Prabhupada. So, in the pilgrimage place, the devotees, practicing devotees, they should unhesitatingly do kirtans. They should nicely go on, with the kirtans, dancing, not worried about the social formalities. Wherever they go, they may go to a village, they may go to a town, they may go to a city, they are engaged in all this. Unfortunately, ordinary people, when they go, they are also, they're like, it's like they are into sinful activities, like drinking, dancing, they're also. But the devotees, their mood is haritoshanani. Actually, when the Mayavadis of Varanasi, when they first saw Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu doing this chanting, dancing and singing, immediately they thought that he is actually a bhavuka, a sentimentalist. I was explaining also, their technical objection is called Taurya Trika. Trika means three things mixed together in order to enjoy. And what are those three? Singing, dancing and musical instruments put together to create an enjoying atmosphere. That is called Taurya Trika. So when Mayavadis saw Chaitanya Mahaprabhu performing all the three, they thought, what is happening? Because in the scriptures, Manu Samhita says, these three are considered kamaja, arising out of lust. So it lists 10 items. And of course, the 4 items are the 4 regulative, 4 sinful activities. They're certainly their kamaja. And also these 3 put together. This is called, this is also kamaja, simply increasing the lust. So when they saw Lord Chaitanya They thought he is bhavuka, he is sentimentalist, he doesn't know scriptural injunctions. Why? Probably he is not studying Vedanta. And then so they say, you are a sannyasi, you are simply supposed to take pleasure in reading Vedanta. This is what Shankaracharya has given to them. You are simply meant for studying Vedanta and relishing Vedanta. And then here is a sannyasi, and suddenly he is doing all the three put together. So that's why they thought that it is bhavuka, sentimentalist. So these are some of the formalities in certain places. There could be Mayavadis, there could be their matas, there could be many things. But devotees should try to please Hari by doing this Sankirtana, by doing this dancing, by doing this, all these activities which, we have understood from Prabhupada. So then dressing. Of course, here Vidura is in a dress of a mendicant and is not bothered to even dress his hair and all such things, externals. But of course, devotees, the practicing devotees, they should go in a Vaishnava dress. They should put the tilak and they should go in Vaishnava dress. And the missionaries, obviously, they will have their own prescribed dresses and duties, and one should follow that. Of course, in some places there could be some formalities, and then if it is not against our Siddhanta, then we can follow. Like recently we went to Ahobila. There is a Ahobila Mata is there, and there is a worship of Lakshmi Narasimha deity. He is known as Malola Lakshmi Narasimha. And it is said that the first jeer of that Mata, I think Shatagopan, some name is there, I forgot. He is a very exalted devotee. It is said that the Lord Lakshmi Narasimha, he just appeared in his hands in the form of that Malola deity, and that is been worshipped even till today, and it is there in the Matha. So for having darshan, for participating in the Arati, all those programs, there are no restrictions. But if you want to receive some akshintalu from that Mathadipati, then there is a certain dress code. You have to remove your, for the males, they have to remove this kurta and all that, and they should approach the senior sannyasi and receive the akshantalu. So, we took out our chadar and we have tied to our waist, and then we went and received the akshantalu, because that is enhancing our devotional service. We have to, it's a blessings. So we are ready to take blessings. So social formalities or occupational dress. Simple dress, don't expect some, no need to go in a flashy, opulent dresses and divert the people's attention from the dham or from the darshan of the personality of Godhead. So these are some of the considerations. And then one should remain always absorbed in the function of pleasing the Lord. Always absorbed in the function of pleasing the Lord. So this is an important point. A mood of a devotee, attitude of a devotee is always in the mood of function of pleasing the Lord. This is not only applicable to pilgrimage, it is always applicable. Everybody has no other function than to please the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Whether he is a student or is a working professional, or whether he is a brahmachari or a gruhastha, or whatever may be the scenario, sthane sthita shrutikatam tanuvan manobi. In whichever position he is in, his only duty should be, his only function should be how to please the Supreme Lord. ఎల్లవేళలా భగవత్ ప్రీత్యర్థమే మనం చేయాలన్నమాట. Always we have to think about satisfying the Supreme Lord. A student should satisfy the Supreme Lord by chanting 16 rounds, by reading Prabhupada books. This is called paradharma. And as a student, he has also has to follow these 4 orders and 4 ashrama dharmas, varnashrama. A student should practice brahmacharya and learn to address all women as mothers. So this is the duties. As long as we are all conditioned, we will have these material duties, and also we have this the transcendental duties, and both are given by the spiritual master. Prabhupada has given how we have to practice all this. So, whatever may be the occupation, he should see using that occupation, how can I please Krishna? A student can please Krishna by spreading this movement, he himself following, and then bringing more and more people to Krishna consciousness. And a businessman can please the Supreme Lord by offering some of his, a portion of his profits for the temple's progress. So like that, everybody is having some duties. The only function is to please the Lord. And then here it is mentioned, Prabhupada is saying, thus sanctified by thought and action, one is able to realize the Supreme Lord. So, the goal of pilgrimage is purification. Simply meant for purification of the mind and purification of our action. So, this purification, by visiting the pilgrimage place, is possible only when our mood is to satisfy Haritoshanani. But actually, the best purification is to chant and hear the glories of the Supreme Lord. అందుకనే తీర్థస్థలాలకు వెళ్ళినప్పుడు మనం అక్కడ భగవంతుడి యొక్క లీలలు స్థల పురాణాన్ని, స్థల మహాత్మ్యాన్ని అర్థం చేసుకోవాలన్నమాట. We have to understand the glories of that place and the glories of the Leela of the Supreme Lord. This glorification is the powerful process which will purify our minds. That's why when we go to a pilgrimage place, we have to look for a devotee who can explain all this. But in Kali Yuga, these things have become very difficult. Ordinary people, when they go to the pilgrimage place, they don't know where to find the devotees who are coming in a good parampara. So that's why in our temples what we do is we regularly conduct pilgrimages, the temple itself. And so it's a great opportunity. A common man can join the temple pilgrimage. Automatically the devotees are there, their association is there, and in each and every place they can understand the glories of the Supreme Lord. Actually, without that, the pilgrimage is simply not really useful. The pilgrimage place gets that power only because of the presence of some pure devotees. So, here Vidura has set a nice example by following, practicing all the duties of a pilgrim. And everything he did for Haritoshanani, for the satisfaction of the Supreme Lord. Here one important point is that sanctified by thought and action. If our actions have to be sanctified, the process begins by sanctification of the thought. If you want any change in your life, the first change is inside the mind. The thought has to change. ఆలోచనలు మారకపోతే మన ప్రవర్తన మారదు. If you want to rectify our behavior, we want to rectify our habits, we want to rectify our speech, the talking method, any of these things, it all starts by thought. ఆలోచన మారడంతోనే మనకి ఇవన్నీ సాధ్యమాట. సదాచారాలు, సద్ధర్మాలు ఇవన్నీ ఎట్లా వస్తాయి అంటే మంచి ఆలోచనలతో అన్నమాట. నా థాట్, హౌ డు యూ గెట్ దిస్ గుడ్ థాట్స్? అన్లెస్ we associate with the devotees, there is no possibility of gaining these good thoughts. ఆలోచనలు మారాలి అంటే మంచి సాంగత్యం మనకు ఉండాలన్నమాట. సో Prabhupada has given this wonderful Bhaktivedanta purports. He has given these books, and these books are full of wonderful thoughts. All these books, they are simply glorifying Krishna, and they are the ideal thoughts a human being can have. So if somebody is attached to reading these books repeatedly, trying to understand what Prabhupada is trying to communicate, then his thinking will start changing. Just reading once is only first preliminary step, but one has to try to get the understanding also. If you go on only reading or only inputting into your system, but you are not spending time to get clarity or understanding, then the purification is very slow. Let us say every day you eat nicely, only eating, there is no digestion. Then what will happen? You will get indigestion, vomitings and many other things will happen. మనం తింటూనే ఉన్నాం కానీ అసలు డైజెస్ట్ కావట్లేదు అనుకోండి, అది ఏమవుతుంది? రోగం వస్తుందన్నమాట. Similarly, keep seeing, now the mobile era, the social media era, now these reels are becoming very popular. Not becoming, it's extremely already popular it is. So sometimes మనం devotees ఏమనుకుంటామంటే, these are all Krishna conscious reels only, so let me just go on 1 hour, you see all the reels and say, Prabhu, over, study is over. ఈరోజు చదివేశాను ప్రభుపాద వారి పుస్తకాలు, అవన్నీ ప్రభుపాద వారు కోట్లే ప్రభు, అన్నీ నేను బాగా తిప్పాను. యూ విల్ ఓన్లీ బికమ్ ఎక్స్పర్ట్ ఇన్ తిప్పడం. you are only just seeing and just reading randomly one quote in first canto, one quote in 10th canto, and suddenly goes to some other book and comes to this book, then goes to Bhagavad Gita. Then what is this reading? Prabhupada said, you take one book and starting from first page to last page, you read systematically. The book is communicating some thoughts. The book is communicating some meaning. And if you don't go through that systematically, don't think all this will help you. One has to digest. You may see 100 reels, but after some time we ask you, tell me what is that you have understood from those reels. Say, చాలాసేపు చూశాను ప్రభు, బట్ ఏమి బుర్రలో ఏం లేదు. I have seen so much, but nothing is coming. That means nothing is really digested. So, a devotee, if he wants to change his action, then thoughts have to be digested. Otherwise, it will not change. So, spend time in understanding. Pilgrim means ఏమేమి చెప్తున్నారు బాగా అండర్స్టాండ్. Even Madhupanda Prabhu also used to mention, no, we have to repeat. He says manana means we have to go on repeating, intellectually repeating. అంటే intellectual meaning what? Trying to get clarity. Intelligence has one food that is called clarity. ఆ క్లారిటీని మనం సంపాదించుకోవాలన్నమాట. అంటే ఇఫ్ ఐఎమ్ ఏ పిలిగ్రిమ్, వాట్ షుడ్ ఐ డూ? 1, 2, 3, 4 యూ షుడ్ బి ఏబుల్ టు రిమెంబర్, రియలైజ్. దట్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ అండర్స్టాండింగ్. అప్పుడు టుమారో వెన్ యు ఆర్ ఏ పిలిగ్రిమ్, యూ విల్ బి ఏబుల్ టు ఫాలో దోస్ some 3-4 points. That means our behavior changed. కృష్ణ చైతన్యానికి ముందు కూడా మనం పిలిగ్రిమేజెస్కి వెళ్ళాం, అప్పుడు మన ప్రవర్తన వేరు. బట్ ఆఫ్టర్ కృష్ణ కాన్షియస్నెస్, దెన్ అవర్ బిహేవియర్ ఈస్ కంప్లీట్లీ చేంజ్డ్. దట్ మీన్స్ all of us are, because we have associated with Prabhupada's teachings, it has impacted us. మనలో పరివర్తన వచ్చింది. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్, ఆంధ్రాలో ప్రతి ఒక్కరూ కూడా తిరుమలకు వెళ్తుంటారు. ఎవ్రీబడి గోస్ టు తిరుమల టు హ్యావ్ దర్శన్. వీ వెయిట్ ఫర్ అవర్స్ టుగెదర్, దర్శన్ దర్శన్ దర్శన్, అండ్ దెన్ వీ గో దేర్, మేబీ వీ గెట్ ఎ గ్లిమ్స్, అండ్ దెన్ వీ కమ్ అవుట్ ఆఫ్ ఇట్. అండ్ బిఫోర్ అవర్ మూడ్ ఈస్ దట్ దర్శన్ ఈజ్ ఓవర్, నెక్స్ట్ రెస్టారెంట్, ఎక్కడ పోవాలని చూస్తుంటాం అన్నమాట. బట్ నౌ devotees, actually they don't want to move in front of the Lord, they want to stand there. They'll be going this way, they'll be going that way, because there are some people who are dragging you out. So he wants to go a little behind so that he can see longer. See, that is a change in behavior. You want to get a longer glance on the transcendental form of the Lord. And then once you are out, you are thrown out, then devotee will think, I want to go once again. If the barricades are not there, they will go again. Like in Udupi, you can join again. And then again, once again, you can have darshan. So these are all change in behavior. How is it possible? Because the godly association that we have received. Prabhupada వారి యొక్క ఆయన కరుణ, హిస్ మెర్సీ, దట్ హీ హస్ గివెన్ దిస్ వండర్ఫుల్ భక్తివేదాంత పర్పోర్ట్స్. సో స్పెండ్ టైమ్, అండర్స్టాండ్, రికలెక్ట్. ఇఫ్ యూ వాంట్ ఫస్ట్ రీడింగ్, ఓకే, one quickly, not quickly, but gently you can cover just to get a broad idea. But then you have to have this deeper study also. So then the things will change, our behavior will change. This transcendental sound which is entering into our ears, our heart, will have a transformatory effect. So the best form of pilgrimage is go with the devotees and always chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare And then while doing all these things, carry some mantra cards and give it to all the people who are there. If the temple, some environment is okay, you can make everybody chant Hare Krishna. In front of the deity also you can make them chant. In some places there are some formalities we have to follow, temple formalities. And then, what is that? Yes, preach. Devotees, practicing devotees, when they are going to these pilgrimage places, their mood is to give, preach. You give the card, you give holy name, or some book distribution. This is the mood. So, you see how Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did his pilgrimage. Wherever he went, he chanted the holy names and induced all those people who are there in the Tirthasthal to also chant and dance along with him. So this is very important function. What pleases in this age, Haritoshanani, is chanting the holy names of the Lord, loudly, sincerely, nicely, and then here. So that will please the Lord. So that has to be enhanced during our pilgrimages. Stop here. Any questions? Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.